Leo, hello today. How are you? If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on me. I do appreciate it. If you are returning, thank you. I truly appreciate you. This is not my day job, so please be aware that I can only do videos in my free time, and I upload as fast as my internet will allow. It sucks. Please take into consideration these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and if you are a cross-watcher, please feel free to change, reverse energies as you see fit. Also check your star chart, make sure there isn't some Leo somewhere in your chart, or perhaps the universe just wanted you to get this message. Let's see here. It is Mercury retrograde until the 29th. So please be aware of delays in communication. Please be aware of issues with texting, emails. Always check all of your inboxes. I had one show up in promotions. Let's see. Screenshot everything just for safety. Not saying that something will happen, but just, you know, for your safety. Also beware of exes trying to get in contact with you. You may have them blocked. Good for you. It is all right to leave them blocked. You do not have to interact with them. If you do feel that you need to, maybe you should try some shadow work. Today is a new selfie stick, so we're gonna see if I actually like it. And this is a new deck of cards. So I do enjoy the messages. It is the Mystic Palette. Okay, the Hermit, Virgo energy. Some modern decks show the Hermit as a small figure in a vast landscape with his back to us, with his face otherwise obscured. The Mystic Palette deck takes the opposite approach with an extreme close-up, emphasizing the Hermit's humanity. Paradoxically, he also seems to blend into the forest clearing that he inhabits. If you follow his hair down the sides of the card to the bottom, you'll notice that the hair blends into and becomes tree bark, or perhaps we're gazing out from inside a tree. The image recalls the legend of Merlin, imprisoned in a tree by his enemy and ex-student Nimue, however you say that, in the Enchanted Forest. The Hermit can be compared to the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Like the High Priestess, the Hermit is solitary, but while her actions are intuitive, his are more self-aware and analytical. He takes on some of the rational and intellectual characteristics of the Hierophant, but the Hierophant is public-facing and works to improve others, while the Hermit is alone and works on himself. The Hermit enters his inner landscape with a lamp to shine a rational and analytical light upon that which is often lacking in rationality. He will emerge wiser, able to frame his perceptions and conclusions in the context of the knowledge he discovers about his own humanity. So, your current situation is you are working on yourself. Let's get some clarification on this inner. What part of Leo are they trying to work on? Well, that one tried to flip, so I will take it. The Fool. Is there something that you are trying to work on? New feelings, new thoughts, new ideas. What is this new thing that Leo is trying to take a stab at? Okay, so maybe there's some feelings that you're struggling with. Maybe you feel like you've got anxiety, depression, your emotions are out of control and you're not used to this. Possible. Maybe you're seeing them for the first time and wanting to do something about them. Or maybe somebody pointed them out to you. Anything else? No? Okay. So what is the challenge? Why is Leo feeling so challenged with this? Why is Leo feeling so challenged? Why is this a challenge to Leo? The Three of Wands. Let's see. It was in reverse. Well, the Three of Wands is new adventures. Person stands on a promontory facing the sea. They're surrounded by crashing waves and three giant wands. A fantastic vessel hovers overhead. Traditionally, the person on this card has been described as a ship owner who has sent ships out on a business venture and is now waiting for their return. Think of the cliched phrase, waiting for my ship to come in. In general, we may think of the venture as being conceived in the Ace, clarified in the 2, and now in the 3. The initial steps have been taken and some early success has been attained. The fantastical nature of the ship may indicate that despite the initial success, there's still some naivety or pie-in-the-sky wishful thinking involved. The presence of the ocean, the crashing waves, and the seagulls all point to some incursion of the element water into this fire card. You may be emotionally attached to your project and its outcome. Okay, so you are very attached to this. Maybe you're focusing too hard on it. Clarify this, please. Clarify this Three of Wands. Okay, so you're extremely attached to it and you are aware of it, which is always good. It's always good to be aware of it. The Hanged Man. You are trying to get new perspectives. You're trying to gain a new perspective on your feelings. Sometimes you need to talk to a therapist. Sometimes talk to a friend. It's always difficult sometimes when you're looking at your own feelings and your own reactions or overreactions. maybe this is your problem. Maybe that is what your challenge is you have become over extremely withdrawn, instead of talking to others about your feelings and getting them out in the open to work on them or acknowledging them. You are working on pushing them down. So what should Leo focus on instead? Two of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles. So you should focus on weighing and judging between the two possibilities that seem of equal value. Maybe something in business, since the King of Pentacles did come out. Just a second, and let me see. The King of Coins reacts by taking care of business. Like the Knight, he's not afraid of hard and painstaking work, but the King also has the breadth of vision to be able to manage a larger enterprise, not just what's in front of him. Long experience as a manager makes him a good person to consult for advice, but his viewpoint may be limited to practical matters. He may have a hard time comprehending emotional or spiritual dilemmas. Okay, so focus on the business instead of the emotional side. So maybe there's maybe you're focusing too much on the emotional, and you should be focusing on the business side of things. Maybe you're an artist and all you want to do is create, when what you should be doing is a little bit of both. You may need to set aside time for the business part. Make sure you set aside time aside to write up your business plan. You're just too deep in your cups. What is Leo leaving behind? It's too many. These are very big cards, unfortunately. I love them. The imagery is beautiful, but my hands are struggling with them. Okay, so Leo is leaving behind the Tower. Maybe you've made it past the Tower moment. Let's see what it says. Like I said, I just got this one. I got it yesterday. I haven't even had a chance. I did one reading for myself. From a spiritual viewpoint, we can see the Tower as a higher power or the universe itself, giving us a wake-up call and showing us the error of our ways. So you may have recently had some bad news. Temperance may be considered the opposite of the Chariot. The Chariot succeeded by barreling through. Under the influence of Temperance, we begin to use our analytical powers, our maturity, and our awareness of shades of gray and subtle distinctions to pursue our interests in such a way that everyone is happy. So maybe this Tower moment forced you, maybe it was because of your emotions that this Tower moment came in. Maybe you caused something, and now you're able to see that you need to work on your temperance. The Chariot leads others with energy and charisma and a little bullying. Temperance leads others by carefully considering the mix of personalities and supplying what is needed for each in such a way that everyone can feel good about the result. While Temperance makes clear the limitations of the Chariot's approach, there are times when the Chariot's aggressive posture is more appropriate. At these times, Temperance's eagerness to get along and to please everyone can be a detriment. Temperance can also be too focused on process, needing the Chariot to provide the push needed to get things done. No. You are a Leo. So you are just sort of used to barreling along. The Star, the Sun, the all-powerful, almighty Leo. So maybe something happened that humbled you, and you're struggling to get back, to get your shine back. Maybe you saw that your Leo energy was a bit too abrupt, too rough, too much of whatever. You saw that you hurt somebody and you felt really bad about it. And you want to leave that behind. So what is Leo's strengths? The Ten of Wands. Acting like you aren't, acting like you're capable of carrying it all. Acting like you can do everything and you don't need help. Traditionally, the card means bearing a burden. This dancer is certainly bearing a burden, and yet there seems to be a performative aspect to the scene. The dancer looks at us as if gauging our reaction. 10 wands seem like a heavy burden, but there are actually only 5. The rest are mere reflections. This seems to be a person who is making a show of their burden or even exaggerating it to make it look worse than it is. I'm gonna go with what I said. I think that you are capable of doing it all, but you're tired of doing it all by yourself. You're capable. You know it. But it's exhausting you. let go of the anxiety and work with others. So maybe anxiety, maybe there's some anxiety about giving up control. Maybe you think that you need to do all of it. Maybe you feel, oh, what is that? It's popular right now. It's flittering around. You feel the need to prove yourself. Maybe, no, that's not it. It's not FOMO. It's where you feel like you're a fake or a phony if you ask for help because you didn't do everything on your own. And so you feel like a fraud. Imposter syndrome. There we go. So your strength. Hello, Calypso. Yes, hi, baby. I love you too. So it is your strength that you can do all of it. You are capable. You are very strong. So what is the near future for Leo? What is in the near future for Leo? I need to move some of these over. Hello, Tia. Hi. Yes. Download dog for doggy. Yes. Yes. I love you too. What is the near future for Leo? What is in the near future for Leo? We'll take that one. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles reacts by demonstrating affection. There are obviously emotions involved, but the emphasis here is on the physical gesture, whether it's a hug, a touch on a hand, or an arm on a shoulder. The Page's approach is open-hearted, genuine, and perhaps a bit naive. As a messenger, she brings news and information about the physical world. Okay, well, maybe this has to do with being demonstrative about your emotions. Maybe, maybe when you show them, maybe instead of words, maybe like it says, a touch, a gesture, allowing people to touch you. Yeah, I have issues with that too. So, it is what it is. So I get it. Also touching others. It doesn't have to be much, just a touch on the shoulder. I had a boss who would walk past me while I was doing front desk, and she would touch my shoulder and ask me how I was doing. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And it took me forever to just stand there and learn how to take it. I knew she wasn't going to do anything to me. I knew I was safe. Everything was fine. But God forbid, why did she have to touch me? So, yeah. And I have no Leo in my chart, so this is not me. Maybe somebody will reach out and touch you. Or maybe you are feeling an urge to reach out and touch somebody. Maybe you are feeling the need for a hug. Sometimes certain people do give good hugs. Or just holding hands. What is the environment for Leo? What is the environment that Leo is in? Maybe you put yourself so deep in hermit mode that, oh, there we go. A Knight of Wands. Feeling frisky? Tia. They love to nest. So she's digging up the couch. The Knight of Wands reacts by advocating. He commits to a cause and champions it. His confidences and commitment can improve the world, or he could veer into fanaticism. Notice how the top left beam of light is emanating, from his crystal and simultaneously being breathed from the dragon tattoo's mouth. Does the knight follow the cause, or does the cause adapt itself to the knight? This knight's thoughts are about enterprises, projects, or actions. It's also about friskiness. Just saying. And being on the touchy side of things, and I don't mean emotional wise. So there may be somebody around you who is, like I said with the boss, there may be somebody who likes to touch you and you just want to make them stop. Maybe do some shadow work and figure out why. Why do you not like being touched? Have you said so to this person already? Are they not listening to you? Is it a boundary? Have you already set this boundary and they're not listening to you, and the anger is just, anger is telling you that a boundary is being pushed. Maybe you really need to address it. Maybe you need to speak up and say something. If you haven't already, if you have said something, maybe it's time to follow up with that boundary and do something about it. Go to HR, tell, if you can't go to HR, it may be time for a new job. Or make yourself physically unavailable. Or maybe this person doesn't want to be touched. That is possible also. Maybe you're the one who is demonstrating physical wanting to touch. And you can reverse those roles. Maybe you have a spouse who is feeling frisky and you are not at the moment, and you need them to halt, desist, and yep. However, yes, we can give off the physical signs of do not touch me. We can make ourselves as unappealing as possible, but nothing is stronger than our words. That is how we manifest. That is why we were, say what we want. We say what we need, and we do our best to put them into words, because that is how we can manifest the easiest. All right, hopes and fears. What are Leo's hopes and fears? And maybe that Knight of Wands, the friskiness is just not wanted. Maybe you're feeling frisky and you don't want to be feeling frisky. Maybe you're attracted to somebody, but they're a work partner and you don't think that it's appropriate. Or vice versa, you're both attracted to each other, but it's a work situation and you just know that it'll go south quick. So your hopes and fears. This is the Six of Cups. It could be taken as encouragement to use your imagination and creativity, either in a creative project or simply to solve a dilemma by thinking outside the box. Traditionally, this card means nostalgia. It could mean an overly rosy memory of the past or simply any unrealistic memory, whether too positive or too negative. It could also reference unrealistic expectations of the present or future. Even the card's rainbow, which stands on its end, is unrealistic. There's a lot going on in that picture. It's pretty, but there's a lot. Maybe you're overwhelmed by all of this. Maybe there's a Scorpio or a Taurus in there. Those are the ones that are calling to me most. Virgo. Clarify the Six of Cups. Maybe it has to do with, like I said, maybe there is, we are in retrograde, so maybe there was an ex, maybe there was a relationship with an ex and you were hoping, maybe you want to call them back in, or maybe they're trying to call you back in. Like I said, this hopes and fears, it could be a fear of yours that they're trying to call you back in. Dryer's done. No, I'm not going to clarify it. Okay. Oh, there we go. No, you're not. The Moon. Could be a Cancer. Maybe it's best if it's left as a mystery. Maybe it's best that you just leave it alone and leave it a mystery if it is in the past. Or maybe you want it to, maybe you're hoping to remain a mystery. Maybe you have, like I said at the beginning, this person is blocked and you don't want them to know anything about you. It is a hope and a fear. Hope being you want to remain a mystery, and fear that they will find you out and you won't remain a mystery. The potential outcome for Leo. The Four of Cups. In reverse, this card represents, I like that, pretty. It's pretty. This card represents a moment in the balance. An opportunity appears. Do you like your life the way it is, or will you accept the offered potential for change? The woman is holding the Moon, the planet of emotions. The Swan seems to be offering her emotional safe harbor. Symbolized by the Cancer glyph. The approaching goblet speaks of possibilities. A swan image appears on the goblet, either a reflection or a prediction. The woman seems bemused and interested, but doesn't move to grasp the approaching goblet. This card represents a moment in the balance. An opportunity appears. Do you like your life the way it is? Okay, yep. I already did that one. Okay. So possibly you are contemplating this relationship. And it's okay if you do. Just like I said, do some shadow work, if that's what this is, if it's a relationship. Well, even if it's a work relationship, go ahead and do shadow work. It's always good to do shadow work. So, love yourself. That's all I can say. Just love yourself. Take care of yourself. Do a lot of self-love, self-care. That's all I have for you today. So, I hope you like this. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. And let's see. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. I do appreciate you. Have a good one. Let me figure out the